Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Dish Pit Podcast. This is your host, Jay Fandango, joined by the other Rogues Gallery.
Mikey Miguel on the council.
Your happy co-host, The Crow.
Y yo soy el Padre Chocolate.
Man, the Crow.
Otra vez.
5, 5, 5.
5, 5, 5.
Punto cuatro.
But yeah, welcome back, everybody, to the Dish Pit Podcast. We didn't upload last week because of DJ's birthday, and now we are in a new apartment, in a new set, new location, and ready to keep it going with episode 70.
Nice here, man.
It's
pretty nice.
You say it's nice, but
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Every place has its quirks.
a lot of stuff is broken, but it's pretty nice.
It's nice,
you
but
know?
a lot of things are broken, and the AC didn't work the first couple days. The AC didn't work for 3 days, man.
That
It didn't
sounds
work the day we
miserable.
moved in. It didn't work the next day, and they didn't fix it till like 6 p.m. the next day. And I had to get on their asses, man, because
Feels good now.
yeah, no, it feels great. Like it was actually like freezing cold the next day after we got it fixed. I was like, Jesus, let's turn that up a little bit. Because you know, when you move into a new place, the whole thing to do is go turn that AC down nice and low and
For
have
sure.
the coldest sleep of your life. Get under the blankets and shit like it's a hotel. But I couldn't do that in this place, and also the move was a nightmare, man. I had the U-Haul for 6 hours, and for like 2 of the hours, I'm like moving all the shit into the U-Haul by myself. And then DJ gets off work early, and then it's just me and him, and Jessica's helping us too, but you know, she's a short little girl, so she can only carry so much at a time. So it was just a nightmare, man. We moved for like 12 hours that day. We got most of the big stuff, you know, all the beds and the desks and the table and the couch and that shit. And then
You picked up the table by yourself?
yeah, I from the table from the dining room all the way downstairs and into the U-Haul.
That's ridiculous.
On the other side of the
This
carport.
thing is heavy.
How much does this thing
bro?
fucking
What
weigh,
the fuck
bro?
are you talking about?
I'm not lying.
You put it on your back or something, man?
What I did was I actually slid it I put it on its side and I slid it from the dining room to the porch, and then I used that railing. I kind of picked it up and put it on the railing, and I had a blanket on the stairs, and then I put the table on the blanket, and I basically just drug the blanket down the stairs, and then from there I picked it up like it was a server tray on the side, like right here.
God
and I just
damn.
held it like that and carried it to the but for the mattress, I actually did do the mattress like that. I just put it on my back, and that was
superhero style.
yeah. And my desk, that was kind of just like fiddling with it, you know, trying to angle it. Everything was fairly easy to get out of the apartment, honestly. The table didn't give me much trouble.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I figured it out. But,
Damn. When you told me you did it all by yourself, I was
The
like,
couch didn't give you trouble?
the couch.
hell no.
So I did do the couch by myself.
Yeah, I'm like,
The couch
sir.
the couch was a little tough. The couch was a little tough, but I did the same basic concept as I did the table. It just took a little longer, and then from there, I believe I put it on my back and just walked it to the U-Haul. I think that's what I did with that one.
God damn.
Damn, bro.
Jordan and his Herculean
No
strength.
shit,
man.
bro.
That's- I had to do it, man, because I only had so I'm telling everyone, I was like, I gotta get the U-Haul today because I have one day, and I gotta make sure I can.
Get it all done.
Gotta do it.
So I get to the U-Haul place, and my license is expired. So I have to wait for Blake to come over because they need a valid license to drive off with the U-Haul.
That's fucked up.
So I finally get the U-Haul 30 minutes after, so I'm supposed to get it at 1:30 and have it till 7:30. I don't get it till like 2:30. So I'm already behind an hour. Then I'm doing all this shit by myself. Like, Jacoby helps me with my mattress to get it into the U-Haul, but after that he has to go to work. So the rest of the, and then DJ shows up, helps me with the rest of the truck. We unload the truck. I fucking bust the fuck out of my knee. Like, I ripped my pants, like tore it up. It started raining. Like, it was a nightmare,
That
man.
thing's scabbing up good, bro.
It was actually, part of it was infected, and I had to
Oh, man.
peel off and then hit it with the disinfectant spray so it didn't keep getting infected. And then what else? Yeah, my door doesn't close.
It doesn't?
Jacoby's door doesn't close either. The dishwasher doesn't work.
As of right now?
As of right now, my door doesn't close. The dishwasher doesn't work. Jacoby's door doesn't close either. What else?
Like,
What
it
else?
gets...
There were like 7 things that you showed me.
The sliding door. The sliding door is jank. It has like a bend in the rail, so like when you get to a certain point, it stops.
The little wood slats in the floor.
Yeah, the laminate wood stuff we have on the bottom is not. It's all like moving and shifted, and you can tell it's not put down properly.
Oh, hell no. Oh, yeah. Sure.
My ceiling fan's like half coming out of the ceiling. Like when I turned the shower on first, the nozzle was all limp and shit. But DJ like tightened that. And
Sounds like you
our
just...
shower's actually pretty. I actually like our shower here.
How's the
compared
water
to
pressure?
Water pressure's good. It actually has a differentiate in temperature. Like you can have it hot, or you can have it lukewarm, or you can change the temperature how you want it. Whereas at my old apartment, it was scalding hot or cold.
That's the same here.
That's the way
Like,
it is at my
it's
place.
like if you turn it like a fraction of an inch, like not even like a millimeter, you know. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's the way it is at my
Just
place.
like right
So
here.
how hot do we want this water?
Right
100
here.
degrees, 101, 103. What's too hot?
I don't know that
I like a hot shower, man.
I
Yeah,
do too,
like-
but I don't want my head, like when I'm rinsing the shampoo or when I'm rinsing my body, I don't want my skin to fucking burn.
Yeah.
You want to know something weird? Even though I don't have hair anymore, I don't like taking a shower with the same temperature water that I wash my hair.
Well, you're supposed to wash your hair with cold water.
So
I
I
wash
wash my
hair
shower
with
with
like
cold
warmer
water.
water, because when you wash your hair with cold water, it's like it makes my hair feel like it's not getting washed as good as it should be.
With cooler water, and then I adjust the temperature till it's like perfect, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can scrub in this.
So normally what I'll do is I'll wash everything else. And then like I don't wash my hair that often because
Yeah.
it's dreads, you know.
Yeah, of
but
course.
like when
We have
I
a
do
different
wash my
regimen.
dreads, I will like wash them in hot water and then like rinse them in cooler water.
That's
Yeah.
smart. Yeah. That makes sense. I believe it or not, I wash my hair every day.
Like with shampoo on it and everything?
Yeah. I use the Aussie, but my shit has like my shampoo that I use has like natural oils in it and shit. So it doesn't ever like dry out, or I don't usually ever get split. I mean, I get split ends eventually because my hair grows for so long, but I mean, for the most part, like my hair is good. Like I'm not balding or anything. But if I don't wash my hair, like bro, if I don't wash my hair for a day, like that shit you can visibly tell.
It gets like oily. Huh?
Yeah, it gets really oily. Like I just look greasy. Like
you
you see those
guys-
white guys
Like
that
a
have just
grease
like that
monkey.
greasy hair. It's probably because they haven't showered in a day or something, or they haven't washed their hair in a day, and they're like, if you wash your hair every day, it takes away the defense mechanism.
What the
like, bro,
fuck
the
is the-
shampoos, they put the fucking oils in the shampoo if you buy the right shit. Don't buy the VO8. Buy some good shampoo. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That shit you
Do
buy
y'all
from
use-
Family Dollar.
Speaking of, do you guys use body wash or hand soap? Like
I
not
use
hand
Irish
soap.
Spring.
Honestly,
Like a
I
bar
use
soap.
both.
Irish Spring. I use both.
I want to start
Yeah,
using
I
Dr.
have-
Squatch.
I have bar soap, but I also have.
I hear
body
that's
wash.
good.
So like, it
The
just kind
Dr.
of depends
Squatch.
on my mood.
So Jay found this this body wash. It's Dove for Men, and it's basically in the bottle like the rest of them, but it's got like avocado oils.
I've
and,
used the Dove for Men bar soap. It's pretty nice.
aloe
As far as
vera
bar soap
and
goes.
extra vitamins and shit. And I was like, this is girly. Don't get that, because she saw it on a commercial like I did.
Yeah, with
And
a girl
then
in the commercial.
After I thought about it, I was like, I'm just scrubbing this bar all over my body
That's gay, bro.
every time. Let me get that body wash,
Hold on,
man.
bro. Hold on, bro. You don't.
Oh
gotta-
yeah, let's dispute that. Do you go bar to body or do you
No.
put it
Yeah,
on?
you don't got a loofah. Like
I have
tell
the
you.
gloves, the exfoliating gloves, and I lather them up.
Of course you have.
Of
course
Put
you
on
have
gloves,
exfoliating
shower.
gloves.
They're blue. They're not girly
exfoliating
colored or
gloves.
anything. They're
I'm
yeah.
sure you
I've
have
got an Axe
exfoliation
loofah.
gloves.
Like,
Yeah, I have a loofah.
Yeah, but it activates
usually-
the suds that scrub off the scum from your body. So sometimes when you just do bar to skin, you miss that step of proper lather.
That's why I get the Irish Spring with the exfoliating beads.
You don't miss that with the.
I get.
glove.
I use old school towel.
Good old rag.
Good old rag.
I actually
a
just
loofah.
squirt the.
I have a loofah for the body
I have
wash.
a loofah, but I rarely use it. I just squirt the the soap into my hands, and I'm just like, yep.
I do that.
If I want to exfoliate, I'll literally just take my nails and do this, like the good old scratch on the body with the soap. That's like how they used to do it, man.
I never feel like I'm clean unless I scrub. You know, like
Sure.
I gotta scrub.
I want dry skin.
There are some things that I touch throughout the day,
I don't
and I
feel
realize
clean.
that they're still on my hands unless I use like that exfoliating scrub
Like
or like
smegma or
those,
something.
or like the little.
No,
extra
not like
things.
smegma. Smegma's the shit on people's dicks.
Michael is retarded, and he knows I'm
Don't
on
agree.
drugs.
Yeah, don't agree with him. Quit gaslighting him.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Pour me another shot.
He told me.
Pour me a drink,
Mark is
monkey.
under the influence.
It's awesome. Which brings me to my next subject.
Oh yeah, Mark is on shrooms.
I humbly beg you guys to not only agree with me, but just see it from my hands.
I humbly beg you to agree with my opinion. I mean, now that you say it like that, I kind of feel more inclined to do it.
I
I
think
don't.
we should stop Asian hate. Yes.
Oh
but
my God,
Bro,
bro.
I have the perfect. Please
But
let me
I-
segue. Like,
I got you. I think we should stop Asian hate. Hate is terrible.
No, I think we should continue to hate
but
Asians.
I also
I think any hate
that
is good
it's a
hate.
conspiracy.
please let me segue, bro.
Like, just I feel you. Where you going with it? Yeah.
All
what
right,
you got?
guys, this brings me directly into the thing that I wanted to talk about today. I had.
Asian hate.
All right, no. Let's slow down. I had.
Because I think it's. Go ahead.
I have recently been promoted in my job. Okay,
Congratulations.
let's start by saying that.
He's trying to flex.
Congratulations.
No, I'm not.
Your
I'm
life
not.
is over.
I'm really not. All right. So I was the lead LC with quotation marks around lead. Now I have become the assistant retreat director. Okay. With that change, there has been a lot of resistance. Let's put it that way.
Is that what you call your stores? Retreats?
Retreats, yes. Now, there's this one guy, he's Vietnamese. Now, he's worked there for at least 7 months. And I have spoken to him. We buy each other coffee. Like, there's never been an instance of anything that like negative that can be construed as negative. Okay? Now, I go to the back. He's being very insubordinate. He's trying to leave at 6 o'clock. We don't close the store until 9, and he's our closing massage therapist. So I go up to him and I say, "Sir, I'm so sorry, but if you're my closing massage therapist, I can't have you leave before 8 o'clock. If you don't have anything for your last hour, I understand you leaving, but if you're trying to leave at 6:30, I can't have that.
You're fucking tripping.
I need you to stick around."
So like you wanted him to stick around till 7, basically.
Right. At least until 8.
At least until 8, an hour
Because
before
we
they
close
close.
at 9. If
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have a last hour booked, I get it. Go
Okay.
home. But
Someone
you can't
can
leave
walk
at
in.
6. Like, there's plenty of... Anyone can book online. Anyone can call me. And if I can't book someone, then I'm here for no reason. So it doesn't make sense. I need you to stick around. So he starts yelling at the top of his lungs, "No, I'm not going to stay." And I'm like, "Sir, let's go in the office. Like, there's another therapist in here. We don't need to talk about this." He refuses to go in the office. Now I'm like, "Okay, now you're being super insubordinate. Just go home. I'll cancel your last appointment. We'll just get you out of here. Like, you're trying to leave early anyway. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
Go home." Now he won't go home. So I'm like, "Okay, I'll just call the boss." Now I call my boss, and my boss is super soft. It's who I was just talking to.
I fucking hate that shit.
So soft. And I love her to death. She's awesome.
I said, don't call back.
But she's soft as dog shit, bro. Like, I can't explain how soft she is.
Dog
She's
shit
like
that's
our
not left in the sun.
number
'Cause
one
that
listener.
shit's hard.
So we're dealing with all of this. I call her. She's like, "No, don't cancel the last client. We want our business to thrive and blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like,
I told you.
I get it. Like, so I don't cancel her. I let him take her. But before he takes her back, she calls him. He's in the back talking to her on speaker with the other therapist in the break room. And he's basically claiming that I was like sending him home with racist hate. He was like, "Yeah, there's," he was like, "There's all this racist, against Asian right now. And, he said, go home. And obviously he's speaking in his Vietnamese accent. I don't know how to do that, but like this is what
He
he's
said,
saying to her. And
"Go
I'm like,
home."
I'm like the
Sorry.
most racist accent you can come up with.
So you see that they've like weaponized it.
So
And
it's
th-
being exactly my
and
point.
that was my. That's
exactly my point.
That's what
it's
drives.
being weaponized.
That's what drives my conspiracy around it because at
What
the end
about
of
what about people saying stop black hate?
I was
Stop.
gonna, yeah.
stop.
Is it they could use it as a
Stop.
weapon?
Stop.
All right. So
There's two edges to the same
That
sword,
is a
though.
very good point.
The sword that y'all are trying to pull out before it even gets pulled. This is why I'm trying to draw attention to the fact that I think it's a conspiracy. Okay.
All the Asians got together and like, let's make a weapon of hate.
Absolutely. They realized they did something that people in America actually acted out against.
Making the
At some
coronavirus.
point, because until the other day, Jacoby just told me, oh yeah, because of the coronavirus stuff, people in America see old Asian people, they get mad and they punch them. I didn't know that was a thing. So now they're tying that, and think about this. Every video
A few
of
people
violence
did that.
you've
It's not like a
ever
trend.
seen,
It's not like
you know
a
what I'm saying?
majority
It's
of people are doing
usually
it.
not like perfectly cut and framed and just watch this 14-second clip and you see all the Asian hate that needs to stop in America. And that's what they're pushing on us now. And I don't even think that's the thing.
What about the Jews? They're getting their asses beat in the streets now too.
All right.
Okay.
I think
Everyone's recording everything constantly. That's why you have those kind of videos.
I think any discrimination is bad. But here's my thing. I've never in the history of my life been like, hey, they're discriminating on me. You know, they're discriminating on me if I wasn't actually being discriminated on. Does that make sense?
Almost.
Like,
That makes
Like,
sense.
you're saying-
no, that makes sense because there are people out there that do that. Working in the restaurant industry, I've been told countless times that I'm being racist because of the color of their skin, because I'm not the same color as them. I've been had managers told that I'm being racist. Happens at Rockfish all the fucking time.
I was told it was Mother's Day 2 years ago now. It was a party. It was 4 old ladies, right? 3 of them got there first. This is Mother's Day Sunday before COVID. It's fucking busy as fuck, right? So 3 old white ladies came in, or 2, they came in and it's like, oh, we're missing the 4th person. They get their drinks, and then the next lady comes in. They all place their orders. They're like, oh, we're not gonna wait on so and so. They all place their orders with me. The other lady who shows up is another old lady. She's black. And she's real nice. Then she asks, she gets her drink, and I'm like, hey, the rest of your party just put in your order. Would you like to place an order? She orders crab cakes for her entree. So I put her order in. Now it's Mother's Day, and we're super busy. So, of course, food's taking a little bit. It's taking like 10, 15 minutes. Finally, the entrees start coming out for that table. But I only have the 3 old white ladies who ordered first. So I bring, and I'm actually trying to get all the order together. I want to bring the whole table out together. But the cook is like, hey bro, like I'm trying the best that I can, but you still gotta wait like 5 minutes on these crab cakes, blah, 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 blah. You still gotta wait like 5 minutes on these crab cakes, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I just want to send the whole table out at one time. And I was like, I'm gonna go bring the food, and I'm gonna come back and get the crab cakes. So I bring the food, I come back. That's Mark's. Keeps touching his microphone.
I'm not touching my mic. It's
We need
late.
ladies and gentlemen of the Dish Pit, we desperately need a new auxiliary cable. Not auxiliary, a new XLR cable for this microphone.
I thought we
So
had
we're
one.
starting a
Collectively,
GoFundMe.
As 4 grown men, we've collectively not been able to obtain this cord.
So we're putting Marcus in charge of starting a GoFundMe
Right now, while
Yeah.
on
right
shrooms.
now.
Right now.
Bro,
While
start a
on shrooms.
GoFundMe while on shrooms. We should do a
Start
YouTube
it.
video like that. Let's
But
do
anyways.
acid while we try to start a Roth IRA.
Michael's
So this lady, I bring the white lady's food out, and then the black lady goes, why isn't my food out here with them? I'm like, ma'am, it's gonna take just another couple minutes. I'm trying to get your food out at the same time with the whole table, but it's kind of busy. So
Why
went
you ain't
back.
wait till all the food was ready to bring all the food out,
I was
Michael?
trying, bro. They were already
It's
at
because
20
they was
minutes.
black, wasn't it?
No, bro.
I get it, bro.
You
You're
know,
not-
you're
It was
right.
already 20
And
minutes.
that's what they were
He's
trying to
being
make it
facetious.
seem like.
Oh,
Like,
no.
These are the guests.
Yeah,
But
basically.
No. The
They're
3 white
stupid.
ladies were fine.
Yeah.
It was just that one black lady. And I get it, she's old school or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and got her, I know. And I went and got her food, made sure everything was all right. They leave, everything was great or whatever. 10 minutes later, she calls and complains on me to the management.
Yeah.
That I was being racist to her because I brought her food out separately from the other ladies. And I was fucking trying to get it all out at the same time.
You don't want to
running
all the food to get
25
cold.
minutes. I don't want their food sitting there in the window. I got it to where I brought the food, go back, get her food, but no, still not good enough, and I'm racist.
Sometimes you gotta make 2 trips. Laurel gets complaints all the time.
She has resting bitch face, though.
So-
People think she's being racist all the fucking time.
Before we get away from the real topic of me, calling out the whole fucking Asian hate thing, I guess what I'm ultimately trying to say is anger is usually violence is usually anger misplaced and acted out.
Just listen
You
to
know what I'm
Yoda.
saying?
Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
What's the plan for? Oh, we catch all this stuff on camera. We stop something. We pass a bill. We get money. We get funding. We bring awareness. Does that sound like something that people plan in the course of a year, or does that sound like something that took a little bit more time in planning and cooperating? Because this isn't something that we're saying Asian hate is something that started because of the pandemic. The pandemic is just now a year old.
I'm pretty sure people have hated Asians
there's been
way
Asian
longer.
hate for
but
a
it did
long time.
exacerbate.
We had Japanese
It did
people in
actually.
But the video-
concentration
every video
camps
of
in America.
All they do is pull up a video of someone
Yeah,
Asian
internment
getting
camps.
punched, and now everyone is
That's where the name
punching
Zipperhead
Asians,
comes
and
from.
that's what I'm saying. They're weaponizing it. Like, what the hell? Like, get in line.
They're just riding the political
What do you
wave,
mean?
bro.
Bro,
They're like, man, those
I don't
black
feel.
people got
I
it
feel like
right.
that's a little fucked up because there were Asian people put in internment camps back during World War II.
Okay, just to
People had their heads ran
to Mark's
over.
credit,
Vietnam.
he was trying to be funny just now.
He doesn't know how because
I can't tell.
He was
On
trying to
shrooms.
be funny. Like,
Oh.
yeah,
Was he?
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
What was the joke?
Thank you.
the
He
joke
said,
is
"Get in line.
get in
Like,
line, get in."
Basically, like we're first.
Like if there's anybody
Black
saying
people
anybody
first,
hates
yeah.
anybody, it's
But
black people.
I'm totally in agreement.
It's like how the gays
it's-
feel about the transgender people.
right.
No,
They're like,
I,
yo, chill the fuck out. Y'all been
At the end
first,
of the day,
first of all,
It's wrong.
gays have
Yeah,
been fighting for
like-
so long, but
I think his point, his comical point is like we've been fighting for this for so long. Like we're first, and then Asians can come around. Like let's get them.
now you're
afterwards.
falling into the mindset of the white man.
Yeah.
falling into the
Now you know how it
mindset of the white
feels,
man.
bro.
It's funny they
to feel
use
privileged.
Feel
everything we
privileged.
say against
black privilege, huh?
There is. Y'all have the ability to be able to go and.
We talked about that on the
I feel
podcast,
like
I
it's a
think.
different kind of privilege. Of course, like the white privilege is like, for example, I can go to Walmart and not get my receipt checked. But I feel like that's just like
I can't.
that's not
Bro, I
necessarily.
walk with my chin high. I wish a bitch would ask me for my receipt as I'm walking.
I
out of
usually here's what I
Walmart.
do. I hand
can't-
it to the guy.
I usually just be like, "Here's my receipt," and just keep walking.
I keep it
always
in my
do this.
hand.
Yeah.
I always do the thing where I hand the receipt out, but it's always some like Indian dude.
9 times out of 10, I'm stealing from Walmart anyway.
True.
So,
Yeah.
they
Let's be real.
They ain't
Let's be
seeing
real.
my receipt.
Let's
I'm
be
not gonna
real.
lie, man.
Yeah.
I stopped stealing about 10 years ago.
Yeah, me too.
Stopped
No, I
I
didn't.
haven't stolen in a while.
about
But
10 years ago.
what's the last thing I stole, man? I can't remember.
I know the last thing I
What's the
stole.
stupidest thing you've ever stolen, guys?
Pens for
magic
work.
cards. Yeah,
That's really the stupidest?
Magic cards.
You can't think of anything stupider like gum.
No.
I stole the Friends season 1 box set.
That's fucking stupid.
No, that's
That's pretty fucking stupid.
hey, Mark's got him beat. Mark's stolen the whole fucking MCU and shit.
Yeah, you stole like all of the Game of Thrones and shit.
Yeah, the
I
complete
feel like that's
first.
not a stupid steal. Though.
should-
That's a
first of
good
all, you should
steal.
plead the fifth
like when I
right
stole,
now.
Yeah.
Like when I stole the Avatar series, like Korra and Avatar, and I got Courage the Cowardly Dog.
nice.
Courage the
hey,
Cowardly
that's a
Dog.
come up. Yeah.
I don't rate that as a stupid
That's
steal.
a come up. Yeah.
I think the stupidest thing I've ever stolen was probably just some mints or something.
You want to know what
I got caught.
one of the best things I ever stole was? A universal remote. That thing was so useful.
Oh yeah, it's universal, isn't it?
Fucking A, bro. Fucking A.
Has so many uses.
Yeah, man. It's universal.
Do you still have it?
No. No.
R.I.P.
Sadly, I do not.
R.I.P. that universal remote.
Bruh.
Yeah. It went to a different TV, and I was just like, fuck this thing.
Like you,
Tossed it out with the
It's
TV.
universal.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
when you already tossed the
Fuck this
paper.
thing.
If you lose the sheet that has all the
I'll get
codes
another
on
one.
it, though, you might as well throw that bitch away.
You just forget about in Universal.
Bro, I just noticed that Yoda sticker you put on the back of that microphone.
Yes.
It's Yoda wearing a trench coat and a fedora with sunglasses and sneakers on.
He's
Hey,
gangster.
he looks pretty gangster.
That's like, you know those Bugs Bunny like Looney Tunes shirts from like mid 2000s?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like Bugs Bunny doing like fake guns and he's got gold teeth
Looney
and there's like
Tunes.
Yeah.
like money signs in the back.
bloodshot eyes and shit.
Yeah.
Get him painted
He's,
at
like, high as fuck.
Astroworld.
Like Tasmanian Devil, he's smoking meth or something. But there's no way that motherfucking creature would be able to, act the way he does without being on some sort of opiate.
No shit. See, I'm glad Mark said something today because I was gonna tell him
About
after
what?
listening to, just about anything
About Asian hate?
about Asian hate, even though he missed the punch.
I definitely think there are people that hate Asians, but I don't think it's like, I think it's gonna like, it's fucked up to say, but it's a fad, man. It's gonna pass.
No, I say we should
They
create.
got a whole bunch of money already, though.
I say we should create a new segment.
bunch of money.
God damn it. A new segment on every podcast where it's like Mark's Corner, like something that he's like passionate and then he'll argue for no end about.
The mind of
I
Mark.
will argue. I will devil's advocate so many different things.
No, if he really believes in something,
You
he'll
don't even
just
know.
argue the point no matter what.
I'm waiting for him one day to just try to get us on board with, guys, listen, Hitler, he wasn't all bad.
No, bro.
That almost was
It's gonna
last
be more
week's
subtle than
conversation.
that. I'm gonna be like, look, just look at it like this. If Thanos was the bad guy, no.
Oh no, we've
Thanos
already
was
done
the
it. He
bad
was
guy.
the bad. No, he's fucked up right now. Remember, he tries to
I
argue
know.
that Thanos is a good guy.
I would, no.
He tries
tried
to
to
argue.
tell me that Carly Morgenthau was a good guy.
I know, I remember like that whole
No.
fucking argument.
No, bro.
Okay.
No,
thank
bro.
God you-
Okay, I'm so upset that you brought that up because
Oh,
I
no.
had support. Okay, the one time I had support was like we were out to eat and
He
like,
hadn't seen it yet though. That's probably why he was like.
oh, you
on
finally
it.
saw it?
I'm all right. So I'm on episode 4 now.
Did you see it?
I'm on episode 4 now. So I still
Two more
have not
episodes.
finished. Yeah.
He's almost done, but you've seen enough to know Carly's a
She's
fucking
not a
terrible
good
person.
guy.
Yeah,
Like, she's
thank
not
you.
a good person.
If she's not willing to listen to Sam,
It's
Like-
so.
Bro, my boy
She's
Sam.
killed. She's killed
Marvel,
at
the
least
Falcon.
5-6 people
I think
where I am.
I think it was like 13 people that
Yeah.
died in that explosion or something like
in
that.
the apartment explosion. Yeah. So yeah, she's done.
Just look at it like this, bro. It's so easy to write her off as a thug and then cast aside
I don't say
billions
she's a
of
thug.
people
She's a
that get-
psycho.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say thug.
Thug's a little simplified.
Not the right
Use
word.
one word that categorizes
Thug 'em.
them as a bad person that you wouldn't be in the batch with the rest of the group, and then we say, "Oh yeah, that whole movement's bad," and then we put it to the right.
No,
and
no,
we
bro.
forget
I
about
would
it.
consider her.
And that's what we did with the
I would
rest.
consider her a terrorist.
That's dope, man.
That's the word they use.
Yeah,
She's a
that's
terrorist.
badass.
She's a terrorist.
She's a terrorist.
Yeah, she's a terrorist.
But what
That's
about
badass,
the millions
bro.
of people that still
Terrorism.
forgot about? Okay, now that Carly's
Love
a
it.
bad guy, what about all the people she was fighting for?
they're
Fuck
dead.
them. That's
Yeah,
what you're
but
really saying.
but bro,
I think
Wholeheartedly.
here's
think
the
about
thing.
it like this: if you're a part of an extremist group and you're killing people in the name of whatever it is that you believe in, you are a terrorist. No matter how you spin it, bro. Like you're still a terrorist.
If you're inciting terror,
A
then
lot
you're
of
a
people that
terrorist.
get into those extremist like factions, they oftentimes forget where they came from and forget why they originally started fighting. Once they get so deeply into those like violent tendencies, like killing people without even realizing, yo, I get like I'm
I
fighting
get-
for a cause.
I get what she
but
was
you can't
fighting
just go
for.
murdering people.
I do
for
get
it.
what she was fighting for.
She was literally the head of. Okay,
I get that
let me
now.
ask you a question. How do you take down the top of something,
You cut its head
Kill a
off.
bunch of children.
right? Or
I
you
mean,
make it look bad.
You do have to do something extreme. I get it.
How do you
but-
hurt somebody powerful?
Bro, look what Captain
You make them
America
look
did.
bad.
He didn't go killing people.
If someone's too swole, you just
just-
make them look bad, and that's all they did.
You know
to
what Carly
They
shoulda
just
did,
made
bro?
her look bad.
You know what Carly should have did, bro? Instead of going and bombing some places and capturing people and taking hostages, she should have broke off, created her own organization, and built up and started trying to help communities, and the way she thinks it should have been done.
Right.
If you don't think the
Everyone-
way things are being done is the way it should be done, you need to start doing it the way it should be done,
She fought
like Sam
for-
does.
Yeah.
She fought
That's
for
right.
everyone who disappeared and came back from the blip.
No.
No, no, no,
You're
no.
you're confusing fighting for and killing for.
Yeah.
Like there's two different things.
And she's killing for
And she's really not caring about all the people
Can
from
I
the
ask you a
blip, just like
question?
her like little orphanage.
like her
How
original.
many people died for what you're saying is standing in place?
Okay,
The GRA.
first of
How
all,
many people have the GRA killed?
Half of the population died.
I
So,
understand. But how many people do you think at the hands of the GRA in the show, not in real life, do you think the GRA killed? Or responsible for
As
dying
far
in
as
their
we know,
camps?
0.
I think
Well,
0.
Captain America was a part of the GRA, and he killed
Okay.
at least one person.
fair enough.
Okay, fair enough.
He
Good
killed
point.
at least one person.
Okay.
But they did
So-
they did get him out of there immediately.
All right, so
Yeah, you're right.
So to
Good
say
point.
that's one guy that Captain America killed. So nobody else under
Let's
there.
just stop calling John Walker Captain America.
Well, he
'cause-
was Captain America.
Yeah, appointed. He's not Captain America. Let's be real.
He's Captain America, though, in title.
So by the government's
Right,
standards.
but
And you
it's
see-
really the super.
You see how we could subclass him being a bad guy, but we can't do it for Carly, and she's standing
No.
up for Bill.
I'm not advocating.
She didn't have any
I'm not
character
advocating for
development.
him.
She's not standing up for them. She's
the
just
difference,
killing.
The difference between John and Carly is John actually started somewhere where he shouldn't be, and he ended up somewhere he should be. Carly was started somewhere in a fucked up situation, and then she just kept making it more and more fucked up. She did not make it better
When
for
she
anyone.
Also, she
fighting-
didn't listen to Sam because, like Sam had said, like just like you had made your point. Like, I agree with what you're doing. I'm not agreeing with how you're doing it.
Right. That's the
That's what Sam-
dividing issue. Like
That
how
6
she's
people
doing.
died, and it's crazy that you can.
He
compare
said
that.
at least 13.
Yeah, there
people
was like
died.
10 people she tied up in that explosion.
And then there you go, like, oh, only 5 or 6 people died. Like, fuck.
That's-
So
when
you're
you start-
minimizing, her death
I'm
toll.
not. If you want to compare them, I'm just
Terrorists.
saying you're not even
What if-
adding up what
what if
what
she
the
kept-
good guys did.
what if she
Oh,
kept
it was
going?
an accident.
Thousands
because
of
we're
people
so
would have probably
good when
ended
we
up dying.
handle our personnel.
All right.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we didn't kill nobody. Not even 5, 6, 10 people on accident.
The
but
good
the bad guys, they
the good
killed.
guys do
She
have
did it
a
on
death
purpose.
yeah.
She did it on
Accident?
purpose. That's the
Toll.
difference.
Think about
Compare
this.
'em.
Wanda Maximoff killed a lot of people, but she killed a lot of people trying to save a lot of people.
More than what
So
she killed.
the motive
Then Carly was
behind it,
good.
the motive behind it does make a big difference in the factor.
Then Carly was good.
and Carly
she was
just
a
wants to
good
kill
guy.
everyone. She wants to kill everyone in her way.
Carly was a good guy.
See, we need him off the drugs because he's more
Yeah, no,
passionate.
even
not on
no, but
the ground.
when he's off, he can't be
is
convinced
a
because
good
he
guy.
doesn't listen. She wasn't.
Yeah.
The show does not depict it at that. If you're reading that from the show, you're picking it up completely wrong. Because the creators of the show, if you probably go and ask them, is Carly a hero? And she's like, she thought she was, but
Right.
she's not a hero.
Right. Not a hero.
She's a fucking villain. She ends up killing Lamar like in cold blood.
She stole off on that boy. Like stole.
And I'm not saying John Walker's not a
on that
villain
man.
either,
Broke
but
his
he's
neck.
also a very complicated villain too, with depth, just like Baron
He's a
Zemo
mercenary.
is.
He's a
I
mercenary.
don't think Baron Zemo's a good guy either. By the way,
He's an
Like,
awesome character,
Right.
Villain. I would not say, no matter how much good shit Zemo does, like he's still a villain.
He's
like,
a human villain, like
Yeah.
like not humane, but you can relate to his.
I don't know, man. Carly was
human
not
side.
a good villain to me. Sorry.
Yeah, because she
Also-
was like a gray area good guy.
We're all talking about Captain America.
Not really.
Oh, god damn it, Mark. Memorial Day just happened, you know. We had
Memorial Day, yeah, it was.
A lot of people
I
were-
think I just unpacked.
Yeah, I worked. No, wait, I was
How was
off.
that?
I was off. I went to Astros game.
By the way, bro, thank you for your service.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, man.
Brings me up.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. I thought it was Veterans Day that we have to.
Oh, no, yeah,
Why do
you
we have
do.
to honor you 2 days out of the
You don't
year?
have to honor me.
I'm gonna honor you anyway.
He got shot through the leg.
But
He
hey,
deserves it.
everybody's grilling brings up, our sponsor, Man Great.
Oh god
you
damn
know,
it!
That's true. Yeah, man, great.
Man Great.
Okay.
Made a cast iron, only. How many easy
Yeah.
payments, Jordan?
I think it's 2, 3 easy.
I think it's
payments?
3.
3 easy.
Three.
payments. Okay.
But it was like
95
$74.95 or something.
Or 95,
That's-
95.
I think it-
so affordable.
It ends up being like $230. It's not affordable, man.
So affordable.
You can buy a
for-
whole grill for that.
And you're only buying the grades.
The HEB, man, I saw they have those grills for only like $120. Those like big barrel ones.
You mean talking about the old Smokies, bro?
No, those are cheap. Those are like
40
30,
bucks.
40, yeah, 40, 30.
I need to
40.
get one of those.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Mark, whatever you're doing,
like an oil drum on its
do it.
side.
Your mic is.
One of those barbecue pits.
Jordan just
For
said
like
it, so
100?
that's why. I told you I don't have any control over this thing.
What?
No, I was telling him to just stay still. His mic
Super
finally
crackly.
finally is good.
Perfect.
Finally perfect. Don't.
It's okay. I usually put music in the background of the podcast, so most of that should be cut out, I think.
This bitch today ordered grilled fucking calamari.
Ew. That shit was probably like rubbery.
I couldn't.
Perfect.
Perfect. Like my reaction.
I
Ew. I don't like calamari to begin with. Grilled calamari?
I love calamari, and I like the way we do calamari. We lightly fry it with some fried okra with it too.
Fried calamari is great.
Yeah, it's great. So
What's it taste like?
It's just a little bit of like chewy.
it tastes like, to be honest, with like tripas. If you
That's
were
the
to be
best thing I
honest,
can
Ew.
It's just a really chewy,
Like tripe?
Kinda,
it's the head of a
Kind
squid calamari.
So it's like pig intestines or like cow intestines.
It's got that chewiness to
it's
it. No
chewy,
gaminess,
like,
but it's
a little chewy.
I don't like that. What's it taste like?
like.
octopus.
Yeah, it's a little
What's-
fishy.
Ew, no, I'm good.
It tastes like shrimp almost,
Okay.
It's
with like a fishy.
I don't like
after.
it. I don't like
okay.
it. Nah.
It's great.
Fish is so
I
good.
like the
As far as-
calamari where you get the little legs of it too.
Right. Yeah. Man, you know where the best calamari is?
Where? Tell me.
Nico Nico's.
Nico's?
Nico Nico's.
Shit.
Yeah, get you some calamari from Nico Nico's.
I love seafood and calamari is disgusting.
What?
Yeah, calamari's
You're
awful.
tripping.
Thank you, bro.
Tripping, bro.
It's not good. You guys are.
I'm
you have
team
terrible
calamari.
taste.
I can understand the appeal for like crab and lobster, but calamari, let's be fucking real.
not-
Octopus, why are you gonna eat octopus?
That's
no,
nasty.
it's squid.
Squid, yeah.
Fuck them then.
That's nasty.
They're not as intelligent.
Hey, if it's in Star Wars, you can
Eat
like
it?
it. Mon calamari and
So
like
you like human?
no Star Wars. The Mon
There are-
calamari
There
are
are humans.
Admiral
in,
Akbar is a Mon calamari,
Okay.
and that whole class of
Mon
starship.
Mothma is a fucking human.
Yeah, I know, but like calamari is part of Star Wars. Like calamari is the money that the calamarians have,
No,
It's
they
in The
call it.
Mandalorian.
They call it calamari flan or something.
or calamari flan. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the
Disgusting.
Mandalorian.
That sounds so nasty.
It's like a little puck. It's like a little gel puck.
Little gel puck. Get them blue and orange.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think it depends on the amount, right?
Yeah, probably.
Star Wars, man. Let's start talking about that. What do we got to talk about Star Wars? Because I was arguing with Mark earlier because he was like,
Say
he was
something.
talking about the Bad Batch, and I was like, you have to at least watch season 7 of Clone Wars for Bad Batch, and then even after that, there's episodes earlier in the season where you find out more about Echo.
Echo.
Because he's a regular clone at 1st, and then you find out his whole story, and Mark was like, you don't gotta watch it, bro. I'm like, you wouldn't know.
That's not what happened.
Yeah.
DJ was asking if
Jacob.
he should start.
He already has facts wrong.
See,
Jacoby was asking if he should start watching the show, and I was like, yeah. And then Jordan was like, but if you haven't seen
Season
these-
7.
And I'm like, dang, you don't really have to
get this
Because
note.
I was telling him I hadn't seen season 7, and just from watching where the show starts and where it is right now, I don't feel like I've missed anything. It's cool that you can watch previous things and learn about the development. All I was telling Jacoby was he could watch it and he wouldn't be missing out. He would just learn more if he watched the other
Correct.
stuff.
You can jump into Bad Batch without having watched those,
And that's all I was
then
saying.
appreciate it. But have you
I
scrolled
also
through?
did say you could do that, but you will not know what you're missing.
Have you? Yeah, correct. Like, and have you scrolled through your Disney Plus lately?
Yeah.
Because if you scroll through, there's different categories where it's like must see Clone Wars, Ahsoka, Tano, and
She's gonna
it
have her own
shows you,
show.
and it shows you the episodes from Clone Wars and Rebels that you must see. Like it'll be like episode 4, season 7.
I didn't know that. That's
episode-
awesome.
Yeah, and then it does that for the Bad Batch too. Must see episodes Clone Wars for the Bad Batch, and you can just go in there. You don't have to go and skim or whatever. You can be just like click in and it's like season 2, episode 7, season 3, episode 16.
Clone Wars
season
is
4.
actually
Yeah.
like, at least until like the later seasons, it's basically an anthology.
Yeah.
It doesn't take place in chronological order for a lot of the first couple seasons, so you don't need to watch every episode.
It's just like different missions.
But
Yeah,
season
'cause-
7 is chronological for sure.
It, like sets right up.
I think season 5, 6, and 7 are like super chronological.
they lay right into
Yeah.
episode 3.
Yeah.
So y'all have been asking me to watch all kinds of different shit.
Mostly Clone Wars.
And I have been trying to get through.
Remember we told him
Bro,
to watch
read One Piece.
Snowpiercer?
And
Y'all have been asking me to watch
Have you
a
seen
lot of
Snowpiercer
shit.
I'm trying
yet?
to encourage
Still,
the people
no.
that y'all
Like
need
this,
to-
because like there's already so much stuff that I was watching already, so it's just like trying to squeeze it in.
You'll never be able to watch everything that there's to be to watch.
Right. But before I start the Bad Batch, I wanted to watch the Clone Wars because y'all been asking me to watch that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's great.
So I can't actually start the Bad Batch yet.
Did
So,
you finish The Mandalorian?
Of course.
All right.
Yeah, remember he said that because we were like,
Season
oh,
2?
Luke.
For that episode,
course.
man, I'm not gonna talk about it again because we've already talked about
Yeah,
it.
of course.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
good.
Darksaber.
Yeah. Well, that's
Mostly
season
the Luke scene.
Mo-
That's
Mostly
season
Luke.
1. Yeah.
Dark
like,
Saber, what the hell?
They introduced
Think
the
I cried when
Darksaber
Moff Gideon was fighting
at the end of season
Mando.
1.
Hell no.
That Darksaber
was
was
awesome,
cool,
but-
but when Luke showed up and was like, "Yeah, I'm taking
I'm
Grogu,"
gonna take all of these Death Troopers out.
Yeah. Just like butter. Just like,
God, man.
I'm
And the-
excited to see like the progress Grogu makes.
Yeah, man.
From
My
training
whole
with
thing
Luke.
is
We
it's
won't.
gonna be weird because he's 50, but he still is like 1 year old. As like if you're talking about like Yoda species years.
Yeah.
Like every 50 years, I'd say is probably like 1 year.
They say I read something where it says like he wouldn't start developing his language until he was close to 100 years old.
Yeah, so there's gonna have to be some sort of time skip. Maybe Grogu gets hidden off again after the events of it, or maybe even like we still don't know what the future of the Star Wars universe is because like we have no idea what Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and Jon
That's right.
Favreau are gonna do with this new like Ahsoka show.
Didn't we already say like because Grogu exists in the Mandalorian and the Mandalorian is canon, that means that the sequel trilogy is now on a different timeline. Because written in canon from the movies, screenplays, books, Luke Skywalker's first Padawan
Ben.
is Ben. And he made a deal with Leia as he's training Leia. This is retconned in the Rise of Skywalker novel, which I read. When Luke and Leia are training together, that Leia stopped training as a Jedi because she saw a vision of the future of Ben dying if she went down this path. So that's why she stopped and went into politics. But she still wanted Luke to train Ben. So Luke agreed, but he said, I'll pick him up on his 10th birthday. And then he went out and finished the war and stuff like that, and Aftermath happened, and he's going to start, before he starts collecting the relics of the Jedi and Sith holocrons, he comes back and picks Ben up on his 10th birthday, right? So that would roughly be around 10 years after the fall of the second Death Star, because Leia was apparently pregnant right after that. So the Mandalorian takes place 7 years after the fall of the second Death Star.
Someone is being murdered.
I heard that.
Screaming outside.
Just to timestamp the day.
For real. 6:48. But
alibi.
We all heard
yeah,
it.
we all
all
are
got
here.
an alibi.
We all are here. I heard that through the fucking headset.
We got it on recording that we're here.
She's being murdered. That's what happened. No one's gonna check.
It's probably just like a
we
roach
know.
or something, honestly. Like,
Yeah. Like a fucking
I'm not gonna lie.
roach flew from the sky. But yeah, so the Mandalorian takes place 6 years
Pick
after
someone up, fly away.
the fall of the second Death Star. So that breaks canon. That breaks what happens. The only difference is because Ahsoka Tano lives in Rebels because
It's Ezra Bridger.
Ezra Bridger.
Bro, his fucking name, Bridger. He's the bridge.
he's the bridge. Like Dave Filoni is so
He's fucking
genius.
He's a galaxy brain. Like this dude's playing 7D chess with us.
like literally like he creates Star Wars Rebels.
He's no Oda, but he's a genius.
yeah.
Wait, he directs Star Wars Rebels?
Yeah,
too?
he's the creator of Rebels
Clone
and
Wars.
Clone Wars. And he's a consultant on Mandalorian.
And he just-
the future projects coming up.
And he just got
Oh, the
promoted.
Bad Batch. He made the Bad Batch too.
He made the Bad Batch. He just got promoted to Chief Creative Officer for Lucasfilm and Disney. So he's in charge of
the CCO.
all Star Wars creative stuff.
Bro, I watched
Everything.
Jon Favreau. Kathleen Kennedy, her tenure is about to be up.
I know.
So it's gonna be either Dave Filoni or John. I think it's gonna be Jon Favreau.
I think it's gonna be Jon. He's more of the business.
Yeah, exactly. Jon Favreau, he knows what it's like to be in Hollywood and make movies, these big budget movies that are really just gonna Star Wars is gonna pop off, man. I feel like it's been in a lull for the past like 10 years. I feel like these next they're gonna start making some badass games because there's some remakes coming out for games.
They got the contract signed with.
There's games coming out. Oh, there's fucking dozens of games being made right now. Dave, bro, I can't wait until Kathleen Kennedy needs to get the fuck out of.
The reason why Dave and John are great is because George made all of his money for Star Wars because he had one exclusive right. Merchandising. In the 70s and 80s, there was no fucking merchandising at all, and he owned 100% of merchandising, and that's what skyrocketed him into the status of being able to just make his own movies if he fucking wanted to. And Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, as being fans of the craft and of the series, they know that. But the most important thing is that when Ahsoka Tano fights Darth Vader in the Clone Wars,
she's supposed to die, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to die. The last thing you see of her is Vader come down, and then it blinks out, and then you just see Vader walking, like they all fall through. They're in this temple, and they all fall through. And then that's the last you see of Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. And then they start the Rebels series with Ezra Bridger and Kanan Jarrus, and it's so good storytelling about.
You see how all of this sounds daunting, bro?
Kanan Jarrus is in the Bad Batch.
And that's not even Clone Wars. That's Rebels.
Yeah, this is Rebels.
All of this sounds daunting, bro. It's like to me with One Piece, doesn't it? Their endless list of movies, and what G was trying to say is if you keep on adding when you're supposed to start to new shit that's dropping out, he's never going to catch up and be able to talk to you guys about the shit you're already watching.
We've already watched it. I'm just telling them what happens. I'm not even
hard to catch up.
And then when I watch the shit y'all are watching and try to tell them it's worth it, y'all are like, but you gotta watch this, and I'm like, I know.
It is.
I'm sorry that there's more than just what's coming out right now.
But this just helps
in this expanded universe.
Experience.
I like the Bad Batch.
And that
what's going on, because in Rebels,
Ezra
goes back in time and pulls Ahsoka from that moment and saves her from being killed by Darth Vader. But he pulls her 4 years into the future, and then that's where Ahsoka is. And then you see Ahsoka in the Mandalorian, so she survives all of that. Order 66, the Rebel story is true. All of that stuff that Dave Filoni has set up now is true. And if that is all true, then they're on a different timeline than episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Shitty movies.
Because in episode 9, you hear Ahsoka's voice when Rey's dying with all the other dead Jedi. So
you do?
Yeah, bro. You hear all of them.
Every famous Jedi.
They'll even, if you put captions on, it'll put her name.
Even Freddie Prinze Jr. is Kanan Jarrus in that sequence too. Like every single Jedi that has been in the Star Wars universe.
It's a really good scene.
It's a really great scene. But
yeah, and it's a very good scene in a bad movie.
Because there's, and J.J. Abrams came out the other day in an article and said that he thinks that they should have went with the sequel trilogy with a plan. They had no plan. They were just Rian Johnson and
Do you
AJ.
see how far back they have to track in order to correct everything that went wrong?
Why can't we go that far back? What are you talking about?
That's like 3 years, bro.
And a lot can happen in 3 years since every episode you
pandemic
go one direction.
happened.
Oh, we're gonna do this while you're going in that direction. This happens, and you have to go this way.
See,
then you gotta backtrack, and you were never going back the direction you went to go in the first place. That's Star Wars.
You really don't understand the technical issues that go into it. When George Lucas sold the rights to Star Wars, he gave it to a group of people that didn't like Star Wars, and they made a Star Wars movie by people that didn't know what the Star Wars fandom wanted.
They're just making money.
You're talking about episode 1.
No. That was George
Episode 1
Lucas.
is actually the most pure you can get besides
the first
4.
6 movies, those were like as pure Star Wars as you can get, right? Other than your Clone Wars and your Rogue One. Rogue One and Solo was a little off the hook, but I still kind of enjoyed it.
I like Solo.
But episodes 7, 8, and 9, those movies tear away from the main themes of Star Wars so much that I can't even, like, a lot of the times I can't even recognize them as Star Wars movies, and I'm just so jarred by a lot of the scenes in these movies. There's not very much inspiration in a lot of the scenes.
It sounds like Star Wars.
There's a few scenes in each movie there's a shred of that Star Wars that shines through, and it's because of the actors who are trying their fucking hardest. Because all three, Oscar Isaac, Daisy Ridley.
I'm trying not to cut him off because I hope
you won't let me finish my thought. Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, and John Boyega, they're actually good actors, and they will never play in a Star Wars movie ever again because those movies almost ruined all three of their careers. If they weren't great actors, their careers would have been ruined.
I've heard a lot about that. Like John Boyega's like, no, I'm not doing another Star
And John
Wars
Boyega
like
has
that.
gone on the record of saying that he did not enjoy what they did with the movies either. And another thing,
because he had a bad experience.
Daisy
all
really
of them
said
did.
that
They had to do so many reshoots because no one knew what the fuck they were doing.
So the new gen took over the story and took it a new direction.
What do you mean new gen? These people are fucking older than we are.
Right, Kathleen Kennedy
You
used to
said
be.
they got new writers. That's the new
weren't
generation.
gen.
They
were
went a
old.
new.
It was Ryan Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy
And
J.J. Abrams. These people are not new. They're new to Star Wars. They're not new to directing. Kathleen Kennedy, though, she used to be Steven Spielberg's
So we just argued that new and new, but okay, the direction they went in was ultimately
This is why I shouldn't have told Mark about
what I liked.
Mark's Corner, because now he just argues every
Mark's
single
Corner
thing
is
we
where he
talk
just
about.
tries to convince me that the sequel movies were good.
I like them hoes. He's basically trying to say that what they're setting up in the future from rewriting all the episodes and cartoons.
They're not rewriting anything. They're
No.
retconning. It's carefully writing around it. It's
and
genius, actually, if you ask
making
me.
it true.
You can have your little fantasy realm where Rey is the best Jedi ever and she didn't have to do any training at all and she's the fucking lamest, most fucking boring Jedi I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Or just accept the fact
you can have
that
another
in 50
timeline.
years from now, Grogu won't even be fucking talking. That's
He
boring
will
as
be.
shit too.
We said he will be.
That's fucking boring as shit.
We said he will be talking in 50 years.
Oh, great. So he'll be 100 and he can talk. Great.
Yoda was 900 years old when you saw him in the movies.
For all you know, there could be a 300-year time skip where everyone we know about is dead and they can start fresh like you love so much.
Yeah.
You love to start fresh. Why do you want to start fucking fresh? You love Star Wars. Why the fuck are you trying to change it? That makes no fucking sense. Let's just go in a new direction. We don't know if people will like it, but let's just do it just because why not? Do what fucking works. There's always strong women. There's strong men. Just add some fucking racial diversity in there. You're fucking good. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, Mark.
Don't do this Mary Sue bullshit where they fucking just gain powers instantly because they're a fucking chick. I don't like that shit. It's not clever at all. They're at no part.
Those movies were excellent.
Those movies
They
are
were
fucking
top
terrible.
marks. They made billions.
They made billions. So the same can be argued for like Marvel movies. There are a lot of critics out there that think the Marvel movies are very cookie cutter.
I liked them.
Oh, I love the Marvel movies. Except for Captain Marvel, that movie is trash.
Mark, why don't you eat Cheetos with your hands?
I will.
It's smart to.
I just was.
At least he doesn't do the thing Derek used to do. Derek would he'd eat the chips and then he'd wipe his fingers on the inside of his pockets.
Bro, no, that's savage.
Savage style.
Ew.
Speaking of Savage, if you don't watch Clone Wars, you don't get to see Darth Maul has a brother, bro.
Yeah. And you don't get to see Obi-Wan falls in love.
And Obi-Wan falls in love and his bitch get... Bro, there's so many moments that you could watch in Clone Wars that you're like... Bro, there's episodes 20 minutes long in Clone Wars that are better than the fucking hour and a half that is the Last Jedi or however long that fucking movie is. That movie is grueling to watch.
agree.
I can't remember who... Jessica had that shit on and I was listening to it or something. I was like, why y'all watching that shit? God.
The Last Jedi?
Bro, I feel bad that Mark Hamill was in that movie.
I haven't watched the sequel trilogy in a while. I keep going through 1 through 6 and then...
Yeah, man.
Rogue
I
One.
mean, I can stand to watch them. Let me get this straight. I don't think they are terrible movies. I just think they're terrible Star Wars movies.
It's a
I think
terrible Star Wars story.
If you watch them in a vacuum and you're just like, oh, it's a sci-fi movie, why not? This
I
isn't terrible.
I think going into it not knowing all of the history of Star Wars, it's a decent movie to watch.
Tell me this, though.
Agreed.
You can't fucking sit here and tell me that throne room scene was well choreographed. You
No.
can't sit here and tell me any aspect of that fight was well choreographed.
Not compared to the previous
if you
movie.
no, not even if you compare it to fucking any fight choreography. You maybe haven't seen it. There's a video that slows the fight down. There are people, bro. The fight is ridiculous. There's one dude. He's just spinning around, like, bro. It's the amount of like choreographic like fight errors that happen in that scene. I didn't know because I was like Mark. I was hyped by The Last Jedi until I started watching it in slow-mo and realized how many corners they fucking cut with that fight just because there's so many flashing lights that they can add in post. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I'll show it to you.
No, I've seen it.
It's bad. It's laughable.
I was hyped about Star Wars. I was hyped about The Last Jedi. All the movies. I went and saw them multiple times
I've
in
seen
theaters.
them all as well. Exactly.
I enjoyed them for what they were. Like, we're getting Star Wars. At least we're getting Star Wars. But it's almost like that thing is where, like, you're like
an abuse victim, Michael. You're getting beat over and over again. You're like, this is okay.
And you're placated by just, like, I'm thankful for what I can get. When you don't know that there's something better out there. Like, Clone Wars was under the radar for me. Like, when those were coming out, I wasn't watching it. Because I'm like, oh, it's animation.
It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. The animation was a little jarring at first.
At first it was. I think I actually saw the movie. And then was like, I'll pass. And then, things like The Mandalorian came out. And it was just so far beyond the storytelling expectation. Because, like, I agree with Jordan. It was like, it looked like Star Wars. It sounded like Star Wars. When you compare everything in a vacuum, and you can, like, the stories that made you, like, that move you, the first time you hear, like, Vader tell Luke that he is his father. No, you can't take back who you were before you actually knew that. If you didn't know that going into the movie beforehand, like I didn't the first time I saw it.
You don't, yeah, exactly. We don't have moments like that in these new movies.
Yeah, you don't have the storytelling, the compelling storytelling where you can see somebody being overcome so much by evil, even though he only wants good. He wants to save lives. Like, there's this video I sent Jordan about how Anakin was right the whole time with becoming Vader and everything, because he grew up in a republic that was damaged. That was, like, if you go back to the High Republic, which the comic books are doing, like, the Jedis, they only operated through the will of the Force. The Jedi Council was there, but they didn't fuck with government or anything. Democracy, fuck that. It's the will of the Force. If the government wanted them, like in the latest comic, to go into this battle, it took the whole council to just agree for one battle, for one instance of one battle where they'll lend their help. They did it through the Force. And then as you see how everything's comes over hundreds of years, where they become supplements of democracy, and it shows like they are now become soldiers of they're becoming what they failed to be like what they failed to start out to be. And Anakin wanted to change that, and all he wanted to do was keep people safe and bring peace.
I'm tracking all
and he
this
comes
because
through
I
and
love
becomes
the fact
and he
that-
becomes a Sith Lord to protect the Empire, but in his mind the Empire is keeping people from fighting each other.
And he went to the dark side to get that power to save people. Boom.
To be fair, he was already the strongest Jedi.
Didn't he kill all those younglings before he had to do that?
He was already Darth Vader at
He
that
became
point.
Darth Vader and then killed the younglings.
He became Darth Vader basically when he was anointed Darth Vader by Sidious after he chopped Mace Windu's arm off. And then he went to the Jedi Temple and killed everybody. He was already Darth Vader at that point.
Yeah, when he made the decision to let himself go.
Yeah.
Like, to just fully go with that direct, like, with his emotions.
But you gotta understand, Anakin had trained, he was in his 20s at that point. He had trained almost 15 years and fought in a war to get to that level and gone through so much. Like, he's got a fucking wife this whole time. Like,
But he's being told
Oh, yeah.
that you can love somebody, but you can't
Be
attached. You can't obtain them. Yet you're gonna give yourself to fight for the democracy, for these people, but you can't have an attachment to something personal. Like, he was that conflicted, and all he wanted to do is make everybody like he just wanted to give too much, and it caused his downfall. And it was that shred of good in him was the reason why Luke was able to bring him back.
Yeah. These are all great points, Michael.
I hope they make a new movie called The Burden of Jedi.
I want to know what Rey's goal was, like what her whole character
Correct.
arc was. What there was none.
There's no purpose to her arc.
From her start, she's this unknown character. We don't know where she's from. We know that her parents abandoned her on Jakku. We know that she's force sensitive, right? And then by the end, we know that she is a Palpatine
from a clone.
Through a clone.
It's like
and
you give us a watered down excuse.
There's no arc. There's really no arc other than her just getting powerful, and now I'm Rey Skywalker. Like, I mean,
I think her biggest thing is like she does have an internal struggle with light versus dark because of the fact that
that's
she's
just every Jedi,
and
bro.
They could have did so much with that. They could have went.
They definitely could have dealt.
That
deeper,
makes
yeah.
They could have honestly. That does. I understand what you're saying with the whole she's a Palpatine and then that whole well of the dark side energy and her having to break through.
You could have
that.
seen like her actually have to battle with that on the inside.
They could have dealt
like,
with
that with the mirror.
The Last Jedi.
No, that was her looking for who she like her parents.
The Last Jedi definitely. I feel like of all three of the movies, Last Jedi is definitely the weakest link. If that movie had not been directed by Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams could have definitely made Rey have a character arc and have her. She needed to struggle more in that movie, and she really didn't.
Like Luke struggles. Like when you see him
in Empire Strikes Back.
Bro,
that whole movie he's struggling. He gets fucking destroyed by the winter storm, and his arm. He's fucked up by the.
Chopped off.
He gets his arm chopped off.
That's at the end. But like when he's training with Yoda, like Yoda puts him through the fucking ringer. You know,
there's no struggle. Is what
you can't lift the ship. That is why you fail, because you're afraid. You know, like. He had to go through, and like his costume even changed. Like he went from being, you know, like all dressed in white to dressed all in black, you know, because he was battling.
I can watch them
there's
right
so
now.
much more symbolism with the story, but there's so much more depth to the story when you look at the whole Star Wars landscape. Then there is, like, in those three movies, you probably have as much character development and good storytelling than Episode 4.
They develop Rey, they develop Finn.
They didn't develop anyone.
You can't just have someone.
You can't just say like, "Oh, I'm a powerful
Finn
person."
started
That's
off as
development.
a stormtrooper and then slowly became the opposite.
No, he didn't. He chose.
So first of all, he was a defective stormtrooper. Like the conditioning.
Why was he defective?
Failed. Because the conditioning failed. It's not a foolproof system. They tell you that in the comics.
Yeah.
That's actually like a very cheap method. They stopped doing the cloning and they started doing this thing where they go to planets and taking people's kids and programming them to be stormtroopers. It doesn't always work.
From the actual start, like y'all be. The way y'all be dissecting the goods and the bads is why I say
feel like we're doing a great analysis of the movies, and
Yeah.
you can't see either side. You're only seeing it through rose-colored glasses, just because you enjoyed the movies, but you can't see the negatives. I can definitely see the negatives in like the prequels. Like the prequels have
The acting.
very, very stiff acting and very stiff dialogue, and that's because George Lucas is not a actor's director. He's more like he just wants the actor to perform. He can't get an actor to do what he wants him to do. That's why a lot of the scenes and dialogue in those movies were really stiff. But when you talk about the story and themes and just the general idea of everything that's going into it, it's pure and unadulterated Star Wars, and that's what everybody loves, and that's what George Lucas makes, and that's what Dave Filoni makes, and Jon Favreau understands that, but Kathleen Kennedy does not. So she hires people like J.J. Abrams who have a general understanding. You know, they like sci-fi, they have experience. He made the Star Trek movies.
Love those.
Those were actually really good. I enjoyed those, but some people don't. Some people really don't enjoy those, and I understand why they wouldn't, because it's not it's not like a completely faithful reimagining. But at the same time, I see the merit in the movie. But J.J. Abrams isn't I don't feel like he should have written a Star Wars movie, and I don't feel like Rian Johnson should have written a Star Wars movie.
I feel like they should have been given a script, and
or I feel like J.J. Abrams should have just written all three.
Or
they should not have gotten Rian Johnson on the second one, because once you have, it's a trilogy. Why are you going to have two different directors for a trilogy? Unless they're working together like the Russo brothers, that would make sense, but they weren't. And also, they took George Lucas's original idea for the movie and they just fucking threw it out.
Yeah, they threw it out.
They took what they wanted because George Lucas. Don't get it fooled. George Lucas's idea, Rey's was George's idea. That was his idea, and Disney found that was like the only thing they wanted to cherry pick from the script. They threw the rest out. They took the female Jedi, and they're like, let's just make a Mary Sue Disney style, bitch. Anyway,
I completely disagree because
Of
she's
course
not
they do.
Mary
the
Sue.
role.
You say she's not a Mary Sue. Do you know what a Mary Sue is though?
No, he doesn't.
No.
It's an overpowered character
For no reason.
for no reason.
Like your D&D character.
She's able to bypass the transceiver in the Millennium Falcon, which Han Solo, the driver, couldn't do. She's able to tap into her force powers and brainwash the fucking stormtrooper to release him. And she's able to be a Dark Lord of the Sith trained by Luke Skywalker in a lightsaber fight when she's never held a lightsaber. That shit makes no sense in any Star Wars movie ever.
That's my most hated part about that movie is
How
that
does she be?
the lightsaber shit. It's like
It's ass. Those
ass.
fights are terrible.
Even
The third-
Luke gets better from 4, 5, and 6 through
Yeah, the fucking movies made in the 70s and 80s were better.
Yoda, and then whatever spirit ghost Obi-Wan could show him, but you literally see him using form when he's fighting Vader in Empire Strikes Back, and then in Return he's like locked in, like being aggressive. Like Rey's like fucking swinging the.
She has no. There's 7 forms of lightsaber combat. Rey doesn't use any of them. You can tell that whoever the fight choreographer for The Last Jedi didn't understand that there were different forms of lightsaber combat, and that each Jedi uses a different form. Like Obi-Wan and Anakin and
Yoda.
Mace Windu and Yoda, they all use different forms. They fucking threw that shit out the fucking window for the sequels, and I get that because you know the
Jedi
teachings
are gone.
The teachings were gone, but the texts were still there. Remember what happened to that? Why did Luke not teach Rey the forms?
Yeah.
You're supposed to learn all the forms. What the fuck? What
She
happened to
learned
all that?
Shit.
She didn't have
Like my
time.
favorite
She
part
had to
of
find him.
bro,
found
they
it, she
fucking
didn't have time.
they watered it down so fucking much. I'm just happy that it didn't. I'm just happy that those movies didn't kill the franchise.
This is what y'all wanted. Y'all started the Star Wars conversation.
But
Just want
I
to-
feel like we gotta
didn't
wrap it up.
start it.
I feel like we gotta wrap. You didn't start it. It was us, as usual. But I feel like we do need to wrap it
No,
up.
I'm
boys. We
blaming
got
y'all.
some,
I'm
other
blaming
matters
you
to attend
guys.
to.
Stop Asian hate, right?
So you're
Stop
stop
Asian
Asian
hate.
hate, y'all. Peace.